I don't I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Is this how it's going to be from now on? Is this how it's going to be? I didn't even plan on turning on the camera and filming today. I was out doing errands. Then I started looking at my phone and all these pictures of people that went to the Grammys, what they're wearing. Am I the only person that thinks that normal everyday person raising a family, raising kids, has a job they have to hold down, they look at stuff like this, they look at these people in attendance at these award shows, and they just think, like, what is happening? Are we all Martians attending a Martian convention on the planet Mars? Like what is happening? Like it I stopped watching the Grammys probably in junior high school, and now I can see why. I think that this isn't even designed to shock us anymore. The stuff that we're seeing, especially the women, what these women that are showing up to this award show are trying to do, they're not even trying to shock us anymore. I think what they're trying to do is not even so much disgust us, but just to be like, give us the middle finger, because let's just call it what it is. The culture is changing, and a lot of us are not buying with these celebrities and these singers and these actors, all these people. We're not buying what they're selling anymore. We don't want their political opinions. We don't want their parenting advice. We don't even want their fashion advice anymore, clearly. I mean, I don't know what is going on, but I think that I'm looking at all of this, and it just seems like a really big middle finger to the American public. It's like, well, we know that you don't like us anymore, so guess what? We're going to give you the finger, and we hate you right back. I mean, we're not even saying that we hate them. We're just saying that, like, we don't care what they say anymore. We don't care about their opinions about anything anymore. And it's almost like, I don't know. I can't even begin to tell you. But let's just start by the most obvious and glaringly disgusting display of the night. Okay. I've got my iPad down here to look at these pictures while I am talking to you about them. But let's just talk about Kanye West and his wife. Okay. Now, say what you want, Kanye West is he seems like an emotional roller coaster. I mean, the guy is undeniably talented. He has some really catchy music. I don't really know what he's produced in the last 8-10 years or so. I have no idea. The only thing I really have known him for in the last 8 to 10 years is being associated with and married to Kim Kardashian. And it really seemed like his association with her was the beginning of the end for this man, because he's just gotten all kinds of crazy since he's been associated with that family. And let's just let's just start by looking at the pictures, okay? And the first thing that I want to tell you is, if you go onto Google and you type in Kanye West's wife naked at Grammys, because she basically was naked. I mean, let's call it what it was. She was, for all intents and purposes, naked. She was wearing a thin body stocking type dress that left absolutely nothing to the imagination. So first thing is, if you go and you look online, you will see nothing but blurred out pictures with, the eyeball with the slash through it, meaning that these are too gross even for Google, okay? It's just, and I'm not calling the human body gross. I'm not calling the female body gross. What I'm calling gross is the way that they are basically using a beautiful woman and her body to get sensationalized coverage in the press. So that's the first thing. You look it up, and all these images are covered. And then the first thing that I thought when I saw that picture of him on the red carpet, and he's wearing that all black outfit with the sunglasses, and he's facing the camera, and then she has her back to the camera with that black fur or whatever it is, kind of like starting to go down her shoulders as if, the big reveal is going to happen. It just was very yucky to me. I was looking at that and I was thinking, like, who is this guy? This is supposed to be her husband. Y'all, he looks like her security guard, or he looks like a pimp. I mean, it just is really gross, and it gave me really gross vibes, almost as if, like, okay, it was almost as if she was being put up to it, and he's like the hype promoter guy, and he's gonna allow her to do this, and she just has to do what she's told. And the reason why I say it looks like she has to do what she's told is because look at her face. I mean, when they're walking on the camera, look at her face. When they're walking on the red carpet, she has absolutely no expression. She looks like a deer in headlights. Like, it looks like she is being trafficked or something. And no, I'm not saying she's being trafficked, but that's what it looks like. It looks scary and it looks creepy. When she finally did take off that black fur or whatever she was wearing to cover up the fact that she was practically naked, when she took that off, she still looked like a deer in headlights. She still looked scared and looked like she didn't even want to be there, that she was being put up to something. That's just what it looks like in my opinion. I mean, whatever the dynamics are behind the scenes going on there, you know, you can judge for yourself, but creep factor was off the charts for me. And I just didn't like his expression. It looked very like F off type of expression, like I'm here, pay attention to me, I'm important, you know, forget all you. It was weird. And the other thing I'm going to say is, I mean, you guys can tell by looking at these pictures, but this poor woman, I think he married her because she looks exactly like Kim Kardashian. I mean, this girl could be a doppelganger for Kim Kardashian. If Kim Kardashian ever starred in a movie about her life, this woman would be her stand-in. Okay, it's creepy all around. It's just really gross and creepy. And it is such a shame that God made the human body, you know, to give life and to show love to your partner in private, in a holy union, in a sacred union. And to have this man parade his wife around like that in public, like he's her hype guy, like he's her promoter and she's just there for the clicks. Like it was just gross and creepy. Absolute thumbs down. I don't know what's going on with the wife. I don't even know her name. I mean, let me look up her name really quick. I don't know her name. Kanye wife's name. So I don't know what's going on with the wife here, Bianca Censori, but I think it's kind of interesting that her last name is the word censor with an I at the end of it. Like, y'all need to censor that whole outfit, that whole thing. And what's also weird is they're basically laying bare the dynamic of that relationship for the world to see. We all know who is wearing the pants in that relationship, and it is Kanye, but not in a good way. It looks like he can pretty much manipulate this poor woman into doing anything he wants. Why else would he do this to his own wife? And think about it, even if she was all into it and all gung-ho and wanting to go out and be naked in front of, you know, a world audience, as her husband, he should say to her, no, I love you, I cherish you, you are my wife, you are not going to use yourself like that in public on my watch. Maybe that's just me, but yeah. So thumbs down on the whole Kanye Bianca appearance. That was just gross. It's do you guys remember the old wrestling, the old couple, Miss Elizabeth and Randy Macho Man Savage, that weirdo dynamic that they have? That is what I thought of when I saw Kanye and his wife Bianca. I was like, she's Miss Elizabeth and he's Randy Macho Man Savage. Like, he's the crazy person and she's just that sweet, demure lady that's so beautiful and is being emotionally abused and he just runs her ragged. I mean, that's exactly what I thought. Let me know who here in the comments is old enough to get that reference. Who remembers Miss Elizabeth, the gorgeous Miss Elizabeth and Randy Macho Man Savage? That is really, really funny. But that is exactly what I thought. And the other thing I'm going to say about the Grammys is, I don't know if I'm your old grandma or your old auntie or something who, you know, you're young and fun and you talk about all the cool music of the day and they have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I don't know any of these people. I know the big names like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Shakira, that kind of stuff, but I don't know any of these people. I don't know the person that won the Song of the Year. I don't know any of these nominees. I don't know anything. I have not listened to popular music probably since around 2010. And I started noticing around 2010 when I was in my 30s, I just didn't like any of the music. I didn't really care for a lot of it. Anything that I was listening to was a little bit more of the alternative type stuff. But in my old age here now, I just listen to all the good stuff, the stuff that I know is tried and true. That's the stuff my kids like, which is really funny because I'll play them all the good stuff like Elvis, Fleetwood Mac. My mom always has my kids listening to people like Chris Stapleton and Alan Jackson, like the good stuff, you know? And so that's why I don't know any of these people. And frankly, I don't even really care because based on the way they dress, I don't know. I don't think they would be anybody that I would be interested in listening to or following, but let's move on to the second thing I want to talk about regarding the Grammys this year was Blue Ivy, Beyonce's daughter and Jay-Z's daughter, who is all of 13. And I looked this up, you guys. She turned 13 on January 12th, meaning a month ago at the time of this filming, she was 12. So this is now the second time that she has showed up at a big event. The first time was at the Lion King premiere with her mom. And let's just say she has everything out, you guys. And this year, I'm looking at this Daily Mail article. She wears another strapless dress to the Grammys with Beyonce after the inappropriate gown drama. So that inappropriate gown drama was when she wore that gold dress at the Lion King premiere. And when people saw that photo, so many people were legit looking at that and just mouths open, asking themselves, how old is this girl again? How old is this girl again? When I remember showing my husband that picture of her with her mom, Beyonce, at the Lion King premiere. And I asked him, how old do you think this girl is? And he was like, what, I don't know, 18, 19? He's like, oh, think again, my friend. And it's scary. I don't understand what is going on with the overzation of these children. And Beyonce might not think that that's what she's doing to her child, but that is exactly what she is doing with her child. I don't understand what 13-year-old needs to be out parading in public with everything on display like that. It is just, I mean, don't get me wrong. She is obviously a beautiful young lady, but 13 is just, I mean, that is just when you're on the very, very beginnings of being a teenager. A couple months ago, she was still considered a child. And when she showed up at the Lion King premiere, she still was. She was 12. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen all the articles and you'll hear all about it. And the reason why you're thinking this as you're looking at these pictures is because that is your gut instinct telling you that something is amiss here, something is wrong. This girl is parading around looking like she's 20, 21 years old when she's 13. She's 13, you guys. I mean, I pulled up pictures of her on the red carpet with her mom over the years. She attended the Grammys with her parents back in January 2018. She was super cute, dressed cute in white, sitting in the front row with her parents. I even pulled up a picture. It looks like she's going to school and she's got a backpack on. And that picture was back in 2020. That's only 5 years ago. And she looks like a sweet little kid. And to know that just 5 years later, she would be showing up looking like this, I don't know. I mean, I even came across an article saying that when she was 6 years old, she had a stylist and a personal shopper at 6. So maybe that can give you some indication as to why we are here where we are now, showing up at the Grammys, looking like, I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I am not down with this. I don't even know what to say. Moving on. So hopefully you guys saw my last video where I was talking about the whole Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift drama that's coming out. Well, we all know that Taylor Swift has been implicated in some of the inner workings of this case. There's been text messages that have been resurfacing for the last month or so that are indicating that she very much had a hand with Blake and Ryan in trying to rework and restyle this whole movie production of It Ends With Us to suit Blake's liking. It was almost like it was that tag team of the crazy feminist Me Too beast against Justin. So I will link that video for you if you want to go check it out, either on the screen here or in the description. And of course, Taylor was at the Grammys. Now, I didn't really know about this because I've never really been a Taylor Swift fan per se. I liked her more when she was in country, but even then I only ever downloaded a few songs of hers off of iTunes. I've never purchased an entire album. Just never really been a fan. I think for me personally, even when she was back doing country music, her music seemed a little bit juvenile to me. It kind of seemed like what a high schooler would write about. And I know tons of people talk about this, but I mean, they talk about it because it's true. A lot of her writings and a lot of her things in her songs, it just seems very high school, teenager, girlish, juvenile type of stuff. But, there's no denying that she is the world's biggest superstar. She's just super popular and she is a cultural icon. And I looked this up. She's been nominated for 58 Grammys and she's won 14. So I didn't even know that she was nominated this year because I don't follow her. But she was nominated. She was sitting at the exact same table that Beyonce and Jay-Z were sitting at the Grammys. And I guess Beyonce was nominated for Best Country Music Song, Album, whatever. It ended up winning. Um, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that she was nominated in that category until after she won and all these pictures and all the news articles started coming out in the news cycle. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know about this. I mean, I had to go and Google and find out who was nominated along with her. And Chris Stapleton was in there, you guys. If you do not know who he is and what his music is all about, this man is, I think he is one of the best singers, up there with like the Willie Nelsons, the Johnny Cashes, the Merle Haggards, the George Straits. Like, this guy is amazing. My mom and my daughter love Chris Stapleton. They are so cute. When they get in the car together, they're just all about Chris's songs. So when I saw that she was nominated along with Chris and she won over Chris, just my opinion, but no. No. So anyway, circling back to what I was going to tell you. So Taylor's sitting at the same table that Beyonce and Jay-Z are sitting at. Then when Beyonce wins, Taylor makes a big to-do and production of holding up her glass and toasting Jay-Z and kind of toasting like in the direction of the camera. And to me, you guys, I always feel like Taylor has in her mind about what she wants the biggest photo of the day to be, what she wants to be the biggest memes for her in the future. And if she can make a hoo-hoo kind of toasting pose and get a lot of pics about it and it gets memed and that gets a lot of coverage, not only does she get that shot that she really wants, but she's also conveying her message as if to say like, oh, I was nominated for all these things. I think it said she was nominated for up to 6 things for the category, but she didn't win anything. She walked away with nothing. But it's really important for Taylor to get that picture that, oh, I'm toasting Beyonce and I really wanted her to win and not me. I don't care. And does anyone else feel that? I kind of feel that vibe. All of these egos and all of the way that these people feel about each other and the self-importance is just off the charts. That is my gut instinct telling me that. So when I saw those pictures of her toasting to Beyonce's win, that's the very first thing I thought of was, she's going to get the shot. And yet she's also going to tell everyone, oh my gosh, I totally wanted Beyonce to win. I don't even care about if I win or not. I don't know. I ain't buying it, you guys. I am not buying it. Because remember, think about it. There's got to be some kind of damage control going on behind the scenes regarding Taylor's implication in this entire Blake, Ryan, Justin drama, okay? Because remember how I told you how there's a conflicting narrative going on in the press right now? One part is saying that Taylor is distancing herself, that she really felt like, you know, this pawn that was used in Blake and Ryan's game against Justin, and she doesn't want any part of it. That she just showed up at the penthouse for, you know, a fun time with her friend Blake, and apparently there's a meeting going on. And then there's a counter narrative that, oh no, don't worry, they're still friends. So some of the stuff that's starting to leak and come out is that Taylor herself is behind all the stories that are saying, hey, like she wants nothing to do with this. She doesn't want to feel like a pawn in someone's game. She's offended that she was called a dragon for Khaleesi and all this kind of stuff. And then they're saying Blake's team is the one that's putting out the feelers about those stories about, no, wait, they're just friends. I can totally believe that one. So, you know, it really helps Taylor out a whole heck of a lot if she can be nominated for 6 awards, go home empty-handed, but still show such, you know, playful exuberance for the fact that Beyonce won. So I really think that everything is really calculated where these celebrities are concerned. Nothing is, you know, by coincidence. Nothing's happenstance. I really feel like every single plot, every single move, every single thing is played out for the cameras. It's played to push a certain narrative to benefit them. I don't know. That is just my gut feeling on that one. So do I think she was probably mad that she didn't win one award? Yeah, I do. So speaking of the whole Blake, Ryan, Justin Baldoni drama, the attorneys for both parties met on Monday, February 3rd. And one of the main things that was going to be discussed was Blake's team wanted to put a gag order on Brian Friedman, who is Justin Baldoni's lawyer. Apparently that did not happen. The judge basically, I don't want to say admonished him, but the judge basically told him like, look, watch it. You're kind of treading on dangerous ground here. So do I think that Brian Friedman is going to be as forthcoming and all out in the media like he has been up to this point? No, but they basically made their point to the judge, saying, because I don't remember if I told you in my last video, because again, stuff is happening so fast with this case, it's crazy, but they had released, Justin and his legal team had released a website called lawsuitinfo.com that you can go to that has an excruciatingly long, detailed, blow-by-blow timeline of everything that happened with this entire production of It Ends With Us. Pretty much that spans almost 6 years from the time that Justin acquired the movie rights from the author to where we are now. And so much is documented. And that is what basically Justin and his legal team have done. They have laid bare every single thing to the public for the public's consumption so that we could put our own, IQ and reasoning to the test to try to figure out for ourselves who we think is lying and who we think is telling the truth. And that's basically what his legal team was saying. They were saying like, look, like this stuff was already out in the public domain, out there. We're just putting it and consolidating it in one spot for the people to go and read. So I would encourage you guys to go check out that lawsuit if you've got time on your hands and you want to just, get a glass of wine or a cup of coffee and sit there and read for a while and be entertained, because it's entertaining. And this thing is going to be, I think, probably the biggest lawsuit coming out of Hollywood that I think we have ever seen in modern times. This is some crazy, crazy stuff. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I think the whole P. Diddy thing, once that starts coming to life, is going to be even worse. But this one is a very close second, you guys, because it is a lot of behind the scenes inner workings as to how these actors treat each other, how they can manipulate people, how I believe Ryan and Blake just manipulated the entire situation. They used their muscle over at WME Endeavor, those really high-powered agents. They used publicists. They basically hijack and take over this entire production and wrestle it from Justin. It's just a lot of crazy manipulation and muscle and just yuckiness behind all this. It's gonna be crazy. And I know we're talking about Grammy fashion. The other thing I wanted to point out was, I didn't talk about it in my last video because there wasn't really time. I was going along the whole freaking timeline of this thing. But can we talk about Blake's fashion in the movie? So since I filmed that video for you guys, I actually watched It Ends With Us this past weekend, and not a fan. Now, I have not read the book, but interestingly enough, Blake herself hadn't even read the book. It's come out in all of this stuff. She hadn't even read the book. Now, for someone who was so hell-bent on taking over the entire production and rewriting and reworking scenes and all that with her husband, for her not having even read the artist's original interpretation of this that, blossomed into a movie, I think is... It's pretty lame. But anyway, so she hadn't even read the book either. But as I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking to myself, this character of Lily Bloom and the way that Blake is portraying this character in the style and mode of dress it just was very, very, it didn't mesh for me. I did not see the character of Lily Bloom as the person that's prancing around wearing all this stuff. Like, I felt like the character of Lily Bloom was kind of taking on a Carrie Bradshaw Sex and the City type vibe. It just was, to me, it was very, very distracting. The main issue of the movie is supposedly a woman's strength and her power to get out of an abusive relationship. And all of these clothes were very, very distracting. It was just... Did you feel like this watching that? And not only that, in my opinion, they were some of the ugliest looking outfits I have ever seen put together. And if you happen to like her clothes, okay. And if you happen to like her wardrobe in the movie, fine, agreed to disagree. But myself, I found them gaudy. I found them ostentatious. They were all over the place. They looked like she got dressed in the dark. It was just weird. It was very distracting from the messaging of the movie. And then I find out reading over the weekend that apparently the budget for her wardrobe was $185K. Okay. By the time that Miss Blake was done buying all of these clothes and trying to sabotage this entire production, she had spent about $650K. That's over double. That's almost triple the amount that little Justin had budgeted on his little production for the wardrobe. I mean, that is insane to me. No wonder her whole sabotaging worked on this whole thing. It was just crazy to me. $650K for those clothes. What could you do in the world? What good could you do in the world with $650,000? I'm just at a loss. So $650,000 for those clothes, you guys. I think we need to take a pause. And I think that just the fact that that number was spent for these get-ups that she was wearing, it just shows you how unbelievably out of touch these Hollywood celebrities are. I mean, people can't afford eggs, okay? Like 12, 18 eggs is costing almost $10 in some areas of the country. And this chick is parading around in $650,000 worth of clothes. She looks like Johnny Depp from the Mad Hatter movie. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. I can't. I can't. So like I said, I didn't even plan on turning on the camera today, but all of this foolishness, all of this nonsense, I just wanted to get on here and what do you guys think about this? Can you please let me know in the comments? Am I just getting old and crotchety looking at all this? Do I just need to lighten up and just, have everyone just kind of wear what they want? Or is this just, I'm telling you, I feel like I am living in the Hunger Games movie, and these are the people from the Capitol, and they hate us, and they're going to show us how much money they have, and they're just, I don't know. So before I let you guys go, let me know, do you want me to give you my opinion on It Ends With Us? Do you want me to make a whole video where I just talk about the movie? Obviously, there will be spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, you might want to watch that before you watch the video if I make it. But let me know. If it's something you want to watch and enough people tell me, yeah, hey, make a review on it, I'll do it. I'd probably have to re-watch it just to kind of write, my main points of what I want to say. It would be a copyright strike if I tried to put scenes and all that, so I'm not going to do that. I'll probably post, pictures from the movie and talk to you about why exactly I hated it. But let me know if that's something that you want to see. I was watching it and I was like, I could have watched reruns of Frasier, but I have to say my curiosity got the best of me because of all that research I was doing into that lawsuit. My curiosity got the best of me, and actually what I wanted to see was I wanted to see if those two had chemistry and how they played together on screen. I think Justin Baldoni is a very attractive man. He is a good actor. I had never seen him in anything before that, so kudos to Justin. He's a nice looking man, seemingly decent actor. Blake, I don't really know. I haven't really seen her in too many things. She seems very one dimensional to me. She is an okay actress. I mean, she's not bad, but yeah, just was not impressed with the movie at all. I thought that well, yeah. I'll let you guys know what I think if you decide that you want me to make a video about it. Because if I'm going to do that, I have to get into the headspace, you guys. I have to. These people in Hollywood, all these people who are obsessed with money and fame, who are egotistical and are bullying each other and more concerned with public personas and narratives than real human relations and what's going on in the world. I mean, and I don't know, just go to church and say a prayer for all of them and light a candle in church for all these foos. What else am I going to do? So thank you so much for watching and spending this time with me, guys. I am working on some upcoming material. It's just been a little crazy around here lately with all of the homeschool and different stuff we have going on, but I am still committed to making videos, and I appreciate everyone so much, all my new subscribers, all my new viewers. I am so grateful and I appreciate all of you, and I will speak to you very, very soon. God bless. Bye.